Hi, folks. I'm Nick Tockert. This is Nick Knows Nerf. Before we get into the program, I need to thank our sponsor. Our sponsor is, as always, the Independent Creator Directory, your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, creatives, and musicians, where you can find wonderful people. And if you need a place to be hosted, please consider joining up with them for a low one-time fee. You get a website presence. You get to be part of a secret social media group for blogging and creativity on the community. On the social calendar, it is a wonderful program, and the first 100 people who use this code podcast1 will be able to get in for half off. We are also made possible by StompCon. StompCon is a free to the public indie tabletop gaming event that will be held September 7th, 2024, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, at the Benton County Koepp Extension in 410 South Aidway A, Fowler, Indiana 47944. StompCon is going to feature Big Stompy Robots, my tabletop tactics game, as well as 2 game shops are going to be sharing their wares and demoing things. Like I said, it is free to the public. We have some other vendors coming in. I'm excited that this is the first year of our main gaming convention. We are already booked for next year. This is exciting. But what else is exciting, folks, is basically my favorite sidearm in the pro level being the Dart Zone Max Outlaw. Oops, I have apparently fired 1 dart. It holds 6 half darts with an ejectable cylinder, which means you can preload cylinders and hot swap them. It is hammer prime, so let me double check where I am because I want to actually have one come up. Reasonably powerful. So if I shoot this should bounce back at me. Oh, safety. Wow, it went into orbit. There it is. Anyway, I try to keep track of the darts. And has a very nice loading gate. This is a pro level blaster. It cracks right around the 90 to 100 feet per second range. Sometimes a little spicier, but I tend to use older darts, and I will always err on the side of lower performance when I'm describing things than higher performance. It is a great blaster. In fact, if you're looking for your first pro blaster and you don't want to, you can't necessarily get the deal on the Dictator that I talked about before, or you're just a wheel gun nut like yours truly, this is one of the best blasters out there. It can be modded. You can get stronger or weaker pull. The spring, it has the same kind of problem or benefit, or however you want to take it, as the Desperado, where the power of the spring is what you fight to cock and fire it. So you can put a more powerful spring in it, but if you do, you will have the problem of a harder prime. The prime does break in after a while, so I'm really interested to see the difference. I recommend this, and I don't just recommend this a little. I recommend this so much because I actually bought this before I started reviewing Nerf on this channel, that I, thanks to a deal with our good friends over at Target, was able to score a second one. Now, it says 125 feet per second. It's good for that, but what you get in the box, iPro, I have so much iPro right now, 2 cylinders, so you do get the option to switch out your magazine. They have a little placeholder here, and then enough darts to fill both cylinders, so 12 darts. I will crack this bad boy open. Now, I've had this go since it came out. This literally was the blaster after the Nexus Pro. I got a deal on my first Nexus Pro when it had been out for a while. But that got me really thinking about blasting. Now, of course, I dropped the little insert with a with the site for some of the different darts that you can get. It's a little dated because this does not have the new Nitro Shot Plus darts, but this will fire those too, and does it ever. Now, I've got, and there's the directions. Yay, the directions are stuck. I'm going to just cut the back side of this out. We'll get the stuff that people care. Cylinders out. It is important to note, as I get the cylinders out, that Dart Zone also offers on dartzone.com for you 3D printer types, and I have some people I need to talk to about this, the patterns, the STL files to print off both left and right-handed holsters designed for this, as well as a belt clip storage for the extra cylinders. It's a really nice way of doing that. This is just going to come out ugly. I don't really feel the need to talk about the Dart Zone iPro, as frankly, I have Dart Zone iPro. And I have several units, and I don't have an overhead camera set up yet. I will for my art purposes, which means I'll be able to unbox better. But we can do it this way. And yes, I asked, should I just cut out the unboxing and go straight for it? Apparently, a couple of my viewers really enjoy seeing how I fumble when I unbox. So we have a second Max Pro. This is the frame. The chambers are already here. And then we have a nice little package of 12 darts. Now, I have many, many, many darts, and I'm always in need of more. So if you want to help out or help me pay for the blasters that I am reviewing, I will gladly take any donations put at paypal.me/Nicholas Tockert to help me afford to keep flinging foam, as I have the habit of buying and then donating the blasters I fix, review, etc. Now, I will not be donating this one. I admit it freely, because this one is for me. I want to be able to dual wield these like the crazy cowboy nut I am. In fact, this is part of what I consider a variable style loadout, where I'll show you the Dart Zone darts. They have the features I like in a dart: a squishy head. So let me give it a little squish. Squish, squish. It's not hard like the AccuFakes I usually use, and it is slightly narrower. So barreled blasters, which this technically is, it's a very short barrel, but it's there, aren't going to have that extra friction. This is just, these are pretty much, these and the Embers are my standard standard half darts, unless I get a deal on others or I'm doing something very flywheel specific, at which point, if I know I need a whole lot of flywheel specifics, I have been known to cut down the old style waffle heads. And they actually make really good darts if you cut them down to about 36 millimeter. But as you can see, cylinder comes in, loads up. Now, you can load it outside the cylinder for a faster run, but I find taking the time to load this gun brings me joy. Now, last time I shot it, I want to say it was good for 25 yards, which is 75 feet, which is, I believe, what the box advertises. Oh, it says 125 feet. So that, you know what? No, it was a windy thing. So I may do, when I do my big blaster review, and that one That one's set for me. Ah, has one thing about you use these long enough, you learn you don't want to push too hard. So when you load these, and these have no dart posts, obviously, but it's really easy to accidentally push too hard and push it out the back. That will completely gum up the works. So you want to be firm but gentle. And you can see the barrel, the inside of the barrel. It's an aluminum barrel, nothing wrong with that. And the mechanism for firing is really interesting because what it does is it pushes the barrel. The barrel pushes around this, so it seals inside, and then the whole device pushes to make a seal with this kind of O-ring dude right here, which is not as replace friendly as some of the others. That's something to think about. The other thing I've found, backwards, is, if you want to remove it, fingers here, thumb here, just squeeze, it will pop right out. Easy peasy. However, if you do it enough, you'll start to see some wear on that star spring, star sprocket. See it? You'll start to see some color transfer because I have that on my old one. So let me just grab my old one for a second, pop it out, and let me see. Yeah, you can see, it shows up on camera. Good. It's the slight pink cut transfer. And you also can tell that I switch my darts up quite a bit. But what I'm interested to check, and we're going to check live because I find that interesting, is, okay, the prime is about the same. The spinability seems to be the same. Yep. So this is my old one. This is my new one. We're already talking. One neat thing is once you've primed it, so you can prime it to load it, but then you can just work the mechanism and it will spin in advance to make a loading, at least have a different mechanism. And we'll just give it a shot. And it's out into outer space as darts usually are. I got mine because it was down. I got the second one because it was down to 20 something on sale at Target, and I had a coupon for so much % off. So I ended up spending 17 on this one because I balanced the sales and the Target Circle stuff, and you search for coupons. One other thing to note, let me just come over here. I have a spare, what you call it? One of these floating around. You can put the different barrel extensions, the scars and B-cars and all that in these, but I'll be honest, I have found that not to really affect too much one way or the other. I also know that there are collets you can buy to replace this front collet, so you can take out this front collet, which I think is just this of these two screws right here, and I'm not gesturing rudely, but pull that out, and there's one that you can slide in. I think Out of Darts does one. I'm pretty sure Foam Demic does one, but you can do that. Yes, I did just muzzle flash myself, but my thumb is way off the target, and the safety is clearly on. One thing about the safeties, they are not ambidextrous, so you can't turn the safety off without breaking target grip left-handed, but you get to the point where going safety on, safety off, it's really not that hard. Why are these my favorite sidearms? So it's like, wait a second, Nick. The Venom Pro. Everybody loves the Venom Pro. That's the best sidearm on the market. I'm not going to argue. It is the best. For practicality, if you want that style. The other thing is you're relying on batteries. I'm old-fashioned. I do love the battery, even the rechargeable blasters. Don't get me wrong. My Venom Pro is much beloved, as are some of the other blasters I have. But at the end of the day, for me, foam flinging will always be about you buy your blasters. you buy darts or balls or rockets, and you don't need anything else but a little bit of attention and a lot of fun. That's what these guys represent to me. Just fun at the pro level. Yes, you could get your Grammaton Cleric out, one-handed draws. These are great. I do have a love for one-handed blasters. I will be doing a video on why. And a bit of spoilers for that. It has to do with accessibility. I walk with a cane a lot of the time. I have paralysis in my legs. I have extensive damage to my nerves and malformed ankles, which doesn't matter to you guys, and I do a lot. But if I'm going to be running around as much as I am playing with Nerf, having the option to be able to use a stick and still participate is very important. And if it's important to me, it's important to somebody else out there with the same problem. So thank you, Dart Zone. I'm not paid by them. I wish I was. But I'm really all about what I see Dart Zone doing. They are probably my favorite foam fling company right now. They've shown the mothership, they've shown Hasbro how to do it, and to an extent that Hasbro has learned, they showed X-Shot it can be done. So, getting back to the topic, if you see them, just snag them. Get yourself two. Even if you don't do it often, being able to just sit and spin these guys. I'm sorry, I'm a little rusty. There we go. Is a blast. If you find that the that the pull is too hard for you, or that you want higher performance, you can go on dartzone.com and you can get yourself replacement springs that will either lower the pressure, making it easier to pull, and pulling it much closer to Nerf standard. Oh, safety's on. That's why it doesn't feel right. Or you can just leave it stock and have a lot of fun. So much to love. Real sights that make sense. They're not exceptionally high. Basic mechanics, some of the best ergonomics in a blaster ever. Just buy yourself one. And if you happen to be in central Indiana or, west central Indiana, east central Illinois, or close enough you don't mind traveling, you can see me at StompCon this Saturday, September 7th, from 10 to 10. I will be running it, doing game demos, doing on-site art commissions, and, I'll talk shop with some foam flinging for anyone who's interested. Nerf and Nerf-related items may even find their way to some of my booths in the future, because I am a vendor. So, folks, get yourself a couple of these, and if not, don't despair. I'll be shooting a video very similar to this, talking about this guy, and maybe referencing this guy. When possible, guys, don't pay full price for anything. If you have old blasters, please consider donating them to your local library, or as prizes, or to give away to kids who don't have them. I have started a program, Blasters for Books, where we're gathering Nerf blasters to donate to the Benton County Public Library in lovely Fowler, Indiana, so that they can be prizes for the kids. Eventually, I want to do some programs about how to decorate your blasters, how to modify your blasters, because if you get kids interested in these guys, they don't have money to do other stuff. So with that, never pay list price. Have fun flinging foam, and I will see you next time for another episode of Nick Knows Knows Nerf. Toodles, folks.